I'm like appreciating those moments of my life that were slower and less stressful and like so much less anxiety inducing.
What am I even doing? My brain is done.
Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to the What Am I Even Doing podcast. My name is Kenzie, I'm your host, as always, and it's been like 7 months. So, yeah, I've been feeling like I'm kind of like your toxic ex that comes back every couple of months and like pokes you, you know what I mean? It's like that, do people ever poke anymore on Facebook? Oh my god, I've been on camera for 5 seconds and I already am acting like a freak. Yeah, it's been 7 months. The last time I saw you guys, I think I was dissecting my birth chart. I'm gonna be so real. I haven't even watched it back. Um, I thought about doing that because I think that I said I was gonna do like something the next week or something, and then the next week just like never happened. I wanted it to happen. Don't get me wrong, I did, but I'm also having commitment issues with my podcast for some reason. I don't know. I do think that the last time I talked to you guys, I did maybe mention something about going to Alaska, but I don't know. That might have been too long ago, I guess. In April, I did go to Alaska. So I do want to give you guys a little bit of an Alaska recap. Um, you can find a little bit more about that tomorrow. There will be a vlog that goes up from literally April with all of my Alaska stuff. So, if you haven't watched that, then feel free. But basically, it was my aunt's wedding. So, we went over there and did the wedding thing. And she lives there. Her and my cousin live there. And her husband lives there and a bunch of his family and stuff. So, yeah, we got on a plane and we went to see family. And it was fantastic. I'm trying to think like what my life looked like 7 months ago. And it was, dude, it was really different. I started therapy within that time, like from 7 months ago to like now. I've been in therapy for quite a while. I've actually had two different therapists. This is a reminder to shop for your therapists, just so you're aware. Anybody who's on the video version, I do want to say that I've brought back the pen microphone. It's not my cool one anymore because these ones just have better quality in my opinion. For anybody confused about pen microphone, it's a tiny microphone stuck to a pen. Because when I put it on my clothes, I move too damn much, and it just they go everywhere. So, and then you hear like a bunch of, and I hate that for you and for me because editing sucks when you've got that sound in your ears. Um, anyways, though, oh, my puppy's outside the door. She wants to come in. Maybe I'll let her in at some point. Um, yeah, I went back to therapy. It was desperately needed. I think the last time I went to therapy was when I was in treatment. For those who don't know, which if you don't know, I've got a whole episode with my friend Kat talking about my eating disorder and like all of that stuff. I was in eating disorder like outpatient treatment. I was in a program for about a year and a half, maybe like a little less than that, but somewhere around there. And that was the last time that I was in therapy. And that wasn't just therapy, that was like intense therapy. So, like, I had like lots of therapists. um, so, yeah, that was, I don't even know how long ago, like a long time ago, like 3 or 4 years ago. No, not 4 years ago. I think 2021 or the beginning of 2022 is when that ended. Beginning of 2022. So it's been like 3 years, something like that. Almost 4 years because 2025 is basically over. I haven't even posted anything for you guys for 2025. Although, if you do follow my Instagram, I do post monthly, just like little recaps or whatever. Just it's mostly for me. It's kind of fun to like have that. But yeah, anyway, so I went back to therapy and I'm learning so many things about my brain, including the fact that I have BPD. Had no idea, but apparently it's pretty obvious to some people. For people who don't know what BPD is, which if you don't, that's odd. I feel like most people do, but it's borderline personality disorder. Really, I will say that that's it. The diagnosis name sounds a lot scarier than the actual diagnosis. I will put some links below for like BPD on that episode. Probably not this one, just because like this is just me coming back. Okay, you guys, like I'm coming back, and I want you to know, and I want to give you a recap about my life, and that's what's been going on mostly. And when, to be honest, when I'm like dealing with stuff like in my brain, it's really hard for me to find like, oh gosh, this is gonna get a little deep. Okay, it's really hard for me to find joy in the little things that have like brought me happiness. But it's not even that I can't find joy. It's more that I forget that they exist, and that's what's happened. It happens all the time with the podcast, but this time it happened for a really long time, and I'm interested in bringing it back because this started as a journey of healing. I don't know if you guys remember like the very first couple of episodes of this podcast, but it was really just it was me documenting my healing journey. It was because I needed somebody to talk to. I needed somebody to vent to, but I also needed not to have all of this advice come at me at the same time. Like I just needed to like talk at somebody, and so I talked at myself. And it was incredibly healing, incredibly healing at the end of the day. I look back on those episodes and I'm like, oh my god, like I've come so far, and I just continue to go far. But I have to remember that that's what this started as, you know, like the very first couple of episodes of like talking about change and romanticizing my life, which, spoiler alert, there will be a part 2 to that in a couple weeks. I know I say that and you guys have trust issues with me, but I promise I'm actually going to do it this time. um, I want to stick with it. It helps me heal. It also just like helps me to process like what's going on in my life because I'm talking about it. And like, yeah, I go to therapy and I talk about things and stuff there, but I just need like, I need an unbiased ear and also a mouth that doesn't talk back. That sounds crazy. I just don't want, sometimes I don't want advice. I just want to be able to like speak. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, moving forward and finding those healing moments is going to be really beneficial for me to like have this place to go and you guys to talk to again. So I hope that you accept me back into your weekly routine. More than weekly, I'm hoping. I am going to be putting up a vlog on Friday, and I actually have TikTok. I can go live on TikTok now. So I'm thinking probably like either every Thursday or every Friday, I'm gonna try and go live on TikTok and just talk about the podcast and do whatever, you know. Maybe I'll be making dinner or getting unready or getting ready in the morning. I don't know. Make coffee with me, something. So okay, at some point in there, my microphone died, and this one might also. Just so you guys are aware, I just got these and they like they supposed to come charged, but I just don't think that they are. Anyways, so sorry if that cut out all funky, and hopefully I can fix it and post, right? Anyways, so I forgot where I was, but I do know I was talking about like healing moments and like this podcast being for that. And anyways, oh, accepting me back into your lives, thank you. Um yeah, this last 7 months, I feel like I've been caught in this like life moving too quickly, and also like not even moving too quickly. It's more about like just getting stuck in a routine and not appreciating it for what it is. And it's beautiful. It is. It's beautiful. And so, oh, that's what I was going to say before the microphone died. I am going to be hopefully posting more like vlog like material. I don't know if it'll always be vloggy type of stuff or if it'll be I've got some videos on there that are just music and me moving through the week. So I'm going to start doing that and recording that stuff too. It just, like I said, brings me joy. So Oh, and TikTok live. I do have the ability to go live. So if you guys want to see me, you guys can head over there. I have never done it before. Never done it. I don't know why I talk like that. I've never done it before, and I'm a little I'm a little nervous. So pop in and say hi. Because it'd be nice to have people that I know, so I don't look like a doofus. Yeah, I don't even. I don't know. I don't know how to do a TikTok live. I don't know how to do a live, period. You know, the only time I ever went live, I think, was at a protest. And that was a long time ago. And that was on Instagram. So I have no idea how to do any of that stuff. But we're going to figure it out. And I'm going to get comfortable with the live. Hopefully. We're going to hope so. Um, but yeah, so moving forward, this is me trying to transition into the topic for the day, you guys, just so you just so you know. And also if you have any questions about where I've been or anything about like my life or anything like that, then let me know. My light just died. That's great. Anyways, if you have any questions about like where I've been or BPD or anything, just let me know and I will do my best to answer those questions for you. So, um yeah, me transitioning into the next thing is, like I said, a little difficult. There's also a lawnmower outside. I hope you guys can't hear it. I hope these microphones have good noise cancellation. Whoa, that's not good. Um, so I wanted to kind of talk about like the change of the season and what that looks like in life slowing down and finding moments in your life to like separate and connect. That's like the biggest theme of today is separate to connect. Okay, awkward moment. I had to need to move the setup because the lighting was really freaking bad. Both my ring lights died. So there's that. Anyways, so like I was saying, the topic for today is separate to connect, and um, yeah. So I kind of just want to get into it, and let me know how you guys like feel and what you think. But basically, the idea of this came to me when I went to Alaska, and it wasn't about like separating from my life, it was like separating from like the fast moments. It wasn't separating from people, it wasn't separating from like feelings or like anything like that. It was separating from those moments that are like too fast in this life and how you just get sucked into this wormhole of a routine and it's so hard to find anything. It's like so hard to find little things to pull you out of that, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, I was thinking about that a lot when I was going to Alaska and like trying to find present moments, and I was editing that vlog yesterday and I realized like so much of it, unfortunately, so much of it, like, yes, there was a lot of present moments, and eventually I did put the phone down, but I was like so worried about getting content, and I had all of these ideas, and I was really excited to share them with my family and like go through all of that stuff with them because there was like a lot of stuff I wanted to do with them. And yeah, and while that's a beautiful thing and like content is a passion, like creating content is a passion of mine, it's still like so important to, like I said, separate yourself from that shit and connect with like all of the things that mean something, the things that mean like for real stuff. And it's like those things can mean something, absolutely. And like content, like I said, is a passion, and work is something that I have to do. And also, I have a career that I actually like to do, and not a lot of people can say that. So it's something that I'm grateful for. But how often do I actually step back and think about being grateful, right? Um, so so that kind of like brings us into like this area of gratitude and like finding some sort of like gratuity in every moment that you can. And I'm not saying like sit there and search for it. I'm saying like take the time to ground yourself and find pieces of your life, whether it be in that specific moment that you're taking the time in or just like any other time, like finding little things to be like, oh my God, like that is something that I am so grateful for. That's something that I like I can't believe that's my life kind of thing. You know what I mean? So when I was recording, I noticed that there's a lot of like at the you'll hear it and if you watch the vlog. But at the end I literally said I just want to be present. And I think that was the last time I picked up the camera and actually spoke to it, was because I just wanted to be present. Which is why I really love the idea of like silent vlogs, just music and stuff like that, you know? Because it helps to romanticize my life and helps with my healing, but it also doesn't disconnect me from like what really matters. um, so, anyways, yeah, this idea of separate to connect happened to me when I was like on the plane. I boarded, I had my headphones on, I was in my zone, and I was just looking out the window as we're taking off and like as we're landing and just like finding moments of like, oh my God, like I get to be up here in this sky looking down at all of this, like heading into Alaska for anybody who's never been. You like fly over the most beautiful mountains. And it's like they look like this kind like hilly, right? But they're not. They're like so like in obviously when you're next to them, they're not like little hills or whatever. But being above them, especially in April where it's like still snowy and like everything, I mean Alaska snowy is kind of like a thing. But in some places not all year round. So, but it was like kind of humbling because I'm looking at this like vast thing and I'm like or this vast environment. I'm like, damn, I'm just like this little tiny being. And it made me like so grateful that I get to experience these things in my life, you know? Not everybody does. Not everybody gets to experience those things. And to be alive is a really powerful thing. And yeah, so that's kind of where this came from and like finding gratitude in my little moments. And some I have a friend who says finding the beauty in the chaos. And once you like accept that chaos, this is something that she said to me, accepting chaos, the beauty in the chaos, you know, it like seems as though it can give you like a superpower to find everything else beautiful. So um thank you to her. Anyways, so I'm just in this mode now, like with the season changing, where I'm like, okay, hey girl, time to slow the fuck down because like summertime, tell me if you feel like this, okay? Summertime feels like you're never doing enough. I should be doing anything and everything and making time to be at the lake every single day and camping every weekend and barbecuing with friends and like you rarely can find time to do anything for yourself. And it seems like fall, everything just slows the hell down, which is the truth. I mean, like, let's think about this hibernation and like everything goes into hibernation and around the fall time, you know, like we're not scrambling. It feels like everything can just slow down. And I live in a place that used to be a really small town and now like I deal with things like rush hour freaking traffic. And I never had to before and that's something that like I'm finding like past gratitude even. I'm like, damn, miss that and I'm reminiscing on like the things that I couldn't appreciate back then. I'm like appreciating those moments of my life that were slower and less stressful and like so much less anxiety inducing, and maybe that's like the therapy coming out, but dealing I just got goosebumps. I don't know why. Anyways, dealing with like the anxieties of life is already hard enough. Let alone dealing with like all of the other things. Like for any of you, which most of us have anxiety disorders, right? Anybody that understands what it's like to deal with an anxious brain will understand me when I say all of that chaos lives right in here, right inside your head. And it's so nice when your outer life does not reflect that. And sometimes it's easier for me to like ground myself and find those things on my outside life when I don't feel like everything around me is in disarray as well. So, um, yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about some ways to like separate yourself from the chaos and like reconnect with your inner, I'm going to say femininity. Now if you don't, your inner masculinity, whatever you want to, whatever you say, but for me it's my inner femininity and like my divine feminine really. And I've got like a couple of things that I've found that are like working for me. So a steady morning routine, which I'm not even good at, you guys. I'm so bad at my morning routine, but at the end of the day, I end up doing the same things all the time. And when I do it consistently, it becomes this thing where I'm like, oh God, I'm so grateful for my morning because I woke up early enough to have this morning and move through it slowly. You know me, I'm a romanticizer. i'm I'm showering, I'm lotioning, I'm doing my skincare all the way through with intention, always with intention. You guys move through life with intention. You don't move through life with intention, you're going to lose ways to be grateful. That's just my personal experience. I'm doing my skincare with intention. I'm making my breakfast with intention. I'm spending the time that I do with my animals with intention. I'm like spending the time in the morning doing my makeup and like really taking the time to like, I don't know, love myself. Yeah, that's what it is, like loving myself. And for some reason, like morning time is like the time when that works for me. Some people can't do that in the mornings and they're like, fuck waking up in the morning, who the hell? No. Or maybe they do wake up in the morning and they're like grumpy. I don't know, whatever. But I all of my self-love and like good intention comes from my morning routine. Now, if I wake up badly, the rest of my day is gonna suck. And I have some of those days, okay? I have a lot of those days actually. I'm acting like I know what I'm doing. I'm acting like I know exactly what I'm talking about, and really I'm trying to remind myself to do them. So, um, yeah. I was talking to my therapist today. This is also another way to find slowness and um, connect with yourself, by the way. I'm not just talking about random shit over here, okay? I'm not just saying shit because I feel like it. um, no, I was talking to my therapist actually today about, I don't know, a lot of people that have anxiety disorders or have gone to therapy for anxiety know like the five senses and like how pointing out like what's the first thing you see or hear or smell or taste or what you feel, you know. Um, well, having those five senses and like closing your eyes and really taking the time to not be closing my eyes for real, closing your eyes and really taking the time to like figure out like what exactly is it that I smell right now, and like picking out those little notes in the air, or maybe somebody's cooking nearby, or maybe your cat took a shit. I don't know, that's my reality. I'll be honest with you. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, it helps to like ground you, and also like physically putting your feet on the dirt or in the grass, you guys. This is the best thing you can do for your mental health, I swear to God. Put your feet in the grass and put your face to the sun. Just a little bit in the day. Like preferably in the morning, because morning sun, I guess, has like some actual shit that's good for your skin, says the esthetician and doesn't know exactly what it is. So doing those things. Anyways, I think I've kind of like lost the plot here, I'll be honest. So, um circling back, I damn, now I've really lost what I was going to say. Well, circling back to like gratitude and connection, finding that stuff is like something that I'm really doing right now. And honestly, like that's one of the reasons why I took a step back from the podcast. I couldn't find the connection in it. I couldn't find myself being like grateful and happy to make episodes, and I hate that feeling. I don't like the way that content looks when I do that. I don't like the way that it feels when I put that out. Like raw and authentic is so absolutely amazing until your raw and authentic becomes like this thing that you can't even like it was as if I like couldn't even connect with it. So, um, yeah, here we are. And I'm excited for what's to come. And I'm really, like I said, grateful to have everybody here that chooses to stick around, check out my YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Like I said, I'll be going live. Hopefully on Fridays, you'll be getting a vlog. I'm not going to promise that shit because I suck. So I suck at promising content. Once I promise it, it becomes this thing where it's like I get like a, what is that? Demand avoidance. Yeah, I get that when I make it like a thing that I'm like, oh, must do this. Um, oh, and then also I wanted to address for anybody on the video version, we're in a new location. My desk is really dirty right now, but welcome to my crafting room. For anyone who doesn't know, which I don't know why you don't, but I am a spiritual practitioner and I have been for a lot of years. So sound off in the comments below if you want to talk about that, I guess. But I've said before in the past, like I'm never going to bring my spiritual content out to the world. I feel like that's kind of like a me thing, but I will answer some questions about it that I feel comfy answering if you guys are ever interested. But yeah, look out for some more content. I will see you guys next week. It's so good to be back. It feels really good to be talking to you guys again. I feel like I just rambled for the last hour, and hopefully I even have some footage that I can sift through here and make sense of it all. But even if I can't, thank you guys for listening, and we're back, baby. We're back. Oh, I also got new podcast art. You guys will see it. I'm going to post it on my Instagram. And I'll tag her. Actually, Kayla was the one that did my podcast art from before. And she's kind of revamped it and it looks beautiful. And I will have that up for the rest of season 2 and possibly season 3 even. So, yeah. Anyways, like I said, good to be back. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Bye.